county conventions are really interesting because what can you tell somebody in 2.5 minutes? I feel like I was church. This is my 2.5 minute talk. My name's Jacqueline Smith, and I am running for Congress in the 1st District. I have an accounting background, and I probably need to spit out my gum. Isn't that amazing? I just realized I had it in my mouth. Sorry about that. Not very professional. I am really excited to be here. I'm excited that you guys are here to do your due diligence as state delegates. I think it's a great opportunity to show what a republic form of government really is. We are one of the few states left that is not behaving as a democracy in our primary elections. Democracies never last long. They soon waste, exhaust, and murder themselves. And I'm excited to see that we're doing the best we can in Utah to save the American Republic. I started a similar group in Summit County called the STAR Forum, which actually stands for Save the American Republic in Summit County, and we've been doing our best to educate people on the principles of liberty and the proper role of government. I have an accounting background, and I've been doing accounting for, well, all of my life, it feels like. In my corporate world, I was there for about 18 years, and I balanced things all over the United States. I had 32 corporations I was in charge of in 7 different states. So I got to learn the different laws and how they applied to different states, and we just had to make sure everything balanced. And I know we'd love to see Congress actually balance something. I think we don't have a good grasp on what our debt really is. I saw a video today and it was great. It was actually Tony Robbins, and he said, how long ago was 1,000,000 seconds? And if I remember correctly, he said 32 days. How long ago is 1,000,000,000 seconds? Does anybody know? It's like 32 years. How long ago is 1,000,000,000,000 seconds? 32,000 years. We have no concept of how much money our government is spending. They're $15 trillion in debt. So we need to really look at this from an accounting perspective. Math does not have a party. We have no more room to negotiate the mathematics of our situation. And we need to have people that can go in there and really work hard to cut the spending where it needs to be cut and bring us back to a constitutional government. The other thing that I've been doing is I've been teaching constitutional principles and cycles of history for the last 12 years in Utah. And I've loved doing it. It's my passion. I believe what Buddha said, when you find your purpose in life, your purpose in life is to find your purpose in life and then give your whole heart to it. And I've given my whole heart to what I believe is my purpose in life. And my purpose in life is to help adults and youth understand agency and freedom. Because we're fighting a battle that is very, very real, and the battle feels familiar to me. I think I fought it one other time before I got here, and now I'm fighting it on earth. And I realize that this battle has been waged forever, and government is one of the strongest forces against the agency of man. And we have to do everything we can to control our government, put it back within the confines of the Constitution. So it's really important to me that we fight this battle together, because no one can fight this battle alone. I have 5 kids. I homeschool, which is very non-mainstream for most people. I got made fun of by family at first and by neighbors for a while, but I've done it long enough that now they realize the wisdom in my decision, hence the Department of Education taking over our children's lives and indoctrinating them sometimes in ways that are very socialistic in nature. We've got to get away from this consumerism mentality, and we've got to go toward a mentality of self-governing leadership, where we actually become sovereign citizens inside of a sovereign state. Our sovereignty has been lost to the federal government, and we are currently vassals to the federal government. I forgot to look at my clock, so I don't know how long I have.
Yeah, that's 6 minutes.
All right. There's so much I could tell you. Because I've been teaching the cycles of history for so long, I recognize where we are in history, and I think that's a really important concept that most people don't understand. We're at a point in history where we have some very serious decisions to make. We've got to come to the point where we either shift to total European-style socialism, or we shift into liberty and freedom. And the documents that get us to liberty and freedom are already in place. We just have to actually follow them. And we can't budge anymore. I'm so tired of hearing, well, you got to get this done, you got to get this done. If it has anything to do that it's against the Constitution, we should just say no, absolutely not. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to pass this law. And we should do everything we can to get all of our colleagues to join us on that path. And if they won't, we need to put pressure on them through Facebook, Twitter, social media, the news, whatever we've got to do to get the people involved enough to put pressure on their congressmen and women and senators. Because that is how they move. They shift when they feel their constituency is frustrated. That is the only thing I've ever seen work with most people in Congress. They only shift when there is pressure from the people. So we've got to get people more involved and understand that those people have a better ability to push the congressman than even the congressmen with each other. You've got to get the people back involved in the process. De Tocqueville, I don't know if you know who Alexis de Tocqueville is. He was a great writer, and he talked a lot about democracy in America. And he talked about how we would willingly loosen our hold on the very thing we should keep hold of, which is to remain our own masters. Because we'll be excited to get more stuff and things. I feel like we're living in a day of bread and circuses. We are so willing to take our food stamps, or even just go to the grocery store that's so convenient, and be entertained, that we have forgotten to do the one thing we should always do, which is guard our liberties with our very lives if necessary. Our founders did it, and I think we should do it. It's important that we recognize that it is our responsibility. Washington, D.C. is in trouble because we let it get to this point. And we can do everything we can as citizens and voters and delegates to shift this in a direction that is much more positive. But we have to do it together, and there has to be enough of us. And if you've got neighbors and friends that say politics and religion are off topic, tell them tough. It's time to start talking, because we don't have any choice. We've got to say, look, this is important, and this is why it's important to you. So get involved, participate, and let's move the cause of liberty forward. I think it's very, very important. I hope to meet with all of you individually and have a chance to tell you more about myself. I don't even think I'm going to take the whole time, so we can, let other people talk. But I'm really glad to be here, and I'm grateful to be a part of this great cause in liberty, because we can do this together and move our cause forward. And that cause is with the Constitution of the United States. And if we stick to it, we won't go wrong. Thanks.